Hello and welcome to Games Jobs Live from Brighton and the South Coast. I know some folk are regular at these. If this is your first Games Job Live event though, I'm Colin McDonald. I've been in the games industry for over 30 years now, depressingly enough, but it means I've been lucky enough to work with many of the people in the companies that you're going to hear from today. I'm also really pleased to say that we've got a local host today. We've got an industry legend and a better looking doppelganger of myself, Mr. Casper Field. Hello, Casper.
Hello, very kind of you. Yeah, hi. I've been in the industry not quite as long as you, about 23 years. So yeah.
It takes its toll. Yeah. Would you be able to give us a bit of background about yourself and about the local area?
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah. So so I started out in the industry in '97. I was lucky enough to get a job at Edge, and then I moved from journalism into production 2000. And then I moved with my now wife to live in Brighton in 2007. And I worked at Relentless Software, rest in peace, and I was there from 2007 to 2012, where I was executive producer on Buzz. And then I fulfilled one of my life's ambitions and I started my own studio in 2012 with a couple of colleagues. And so it was a company called Wish Studios. And we probably were best known for coming up with the PlayLink franchise or initiative for Sony on the PlayStation. And we made 3 games, That's You, Knowledge is Power, and Knowledge is Power Decades. But sadly, we had to close Wish about a year ago when we couldn't get any more projects signed up. And then recently I've been working as a consultant and also happily helping out with this as well. So that's kind of my life. In terms of Brighton and what Brighton has to offer, well, it's a fantastic place to live and work. You're going to hear loads about the great studios that are down here coming up shortly. The city itself, I think it's kind of easy to think of Brighton as being like a party city, and it is in the summer. It's really busy on the beaches, even with COVID going on. But in normal life also, there's loads to offer here. So the city is great for families. There's loads of great parks, great schools, loads of activities to do with kids. And for everyone, young or old, up behind Brighton in the hills of the South Downs, the National Trust lands, and there's loads of walks and bike trails and loads of lands to explore. So I don't know, I think Brighton's a brilliant place to live. I've got 2 kids myself, and it's been a great place to have a family and have new adventures. So, Colin, right now we go over to our
what I'll do, just for those that haven't been on one of these events before, let me just explain a little bit about it. So if you've not joined one before, Game Jobs Live is a great way for fantastic studios to connect with great talent like yourself. We know some people are already in the games industry, some people are in the local area thinking about getting into it. Some people have studied games courses and are looking to join. But whatever it is, the companies are here today to present themselves to you and to hear from you. So we're hoping that your challenge at the end of this won't be which of the great studios we've got today that you want to work for, but how to decide between them if given the choice. In order to squeeze everyone in, each company only has a couple of minutes to present themselves, but it should be enough for you to get a good flavour of them, and it's then up to you to follow up with any you're interested in. For that, you want to be in the Discord. So we've got a Discord running. If you go into a browser and punch in discord.gamesjobs.live, the address is scrolling at the bottom of the screen throughout the entire live stream. Go to the Discord. All of the companies have a dedicated channel in there. Go in there and just ask them whatever you like. At the end of the event, as long as you've registered on the Eventbrite, you'll get an email with individual URLs to all the jobs from all the studios. So chat to them in the Discord for the next 2 hours, and then you'll get links to apply to any jobs that you're interested in afterwards. Depending on timing, as long as we do okay, we'll hopefully have a little quiz at the end. So pay attention to the presentations from each of the companies. That will just be for fun, and hopefully it doesn't go horribly wrong. In the Discord, the people from the companies are in green. So, I mean, you shouldn't give your personal details out even to them, but just keep in mind the people that we've approved are in green. So speak to them if you have any problems. Please don't give your details out to anyone that asks. You will get URLs to apply to any jobs that you're interested in. If you're enjoying this, also please subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's really helpful. I'm going to leave you in Casper's capable hands for the majority of this. But what I'd like to do is just to thank the sponsors that have helped make today possible. So that's the Chinese Room, Barclays, and Plus Accounting. Thank you so much to them. And I'd also like to thank everyone that's helped us promote today. So that's Creative England, Fusebox Brighton, Yuki, Keza McDonald, Keith Stewart, the UK Games Fund, and a whole bunch of others. Thank you everyone that shared the news that today is happening. It's been really helpful and makes it easier for us to get more studios on board to do more of these and create more opportunities for everyone. And of course, a massive, massive thank you to Casper, who's done an amazing job of persuading all these brilliant companies to come and talk to us today. So I will hand over to you, Casper.
Brilliant, thank you. Well, no, thanks for asking me to take part. It's been fantastic, like talking to everyone about it, and loads of people have been excited to take part in it. So yeah, so like I said, Brighton's got so much going for it. It's got loads of great studios, and there's such a great community around game development in Brighton, and including with one of the highlights of the UK development scene year, which is the Develop conference that takes place every summer in July normally, and so hopefully that'll be back next year, back to normal. But that's great, and it brings a lot of the industry down here, and it's a great chance to meet people and talk to people about what's going on. So I think first of all, coming up, we have got Dan Pinchbeck, who heads up the Chinese Room, which is a brilliant studio with an amazing history. But Dan will do a much better job of telling you all about it than I will. So I'll hand you over now. Hi, Dan.
Hiya. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining in. I'm just going to do the old share screen thing here, so bear with me for a second while we get that working. Okay, great stuff. And the Chinese Room. Hello. So hi, I'm Dan. I'm the creative director of the Chinese Room. We're a studio based in Brighton, named after the philosopher John Searle's famous thought experiment. We used to be a small indie. We're not a small indie anymore. In summer 2018, we joined the Sumo Digital family, which is one of the many satellite studios of that family there. And we're currently growing quite rapidly as we take on more ambitious and exciting projects. So what I'm going to talk to you about is really a little bit of what we do, how we go about it, what we're looking for, and hopefully convince a few of you that we're a studio that you would really like to work for. We're probably best known for Dear Esther, which was a game released in 2012, our first game, which kind of kickstarted the walking simulator genre. Since then, we've worked mainly in first-person story-heavy games. We've done horror, like the cult horror Amnesia and Machine for Pigs, open world, Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. We've done mobile VR, So Let Us Melt. And this year we released Little Orpheus, which is an Apple Arcade title, which is a sort of 2.5D platform adventure game about an unlikely cosmonaut and his equally unlikely adventures at the center of the Earth, which is our first game since we joined the Sumo family. Those games have done pretty well. We've won a lot of awards. We've won 3 BAFTAs. I'm really, really proud of that. For a company of our size, that was always quite impressive. And I think it's really because of the kind of the principles of how we run as a company. Our games are imaginative, they're different, they're left field, they're packed full of ideas and story, big, colourful worlds, and we are quite obsessive about production values, art, voice acting, story, music, audio. We're really, really, really passionate about what we make. We really, really love making games. And sort of personally, I see it as a great privilege to be able to make games for a living. It's fantastic to be able to kind of do the thing that you love most for a job. And I think that hopefully that passion comes through in our games, the fact that we really are sort of love the opportunity to do what we do. Obviously, I can't tell you very much about what we're currently doing for the usual kind of games industry sort of reasons, but I can tell you a couple of things. First off, we make all original IP. So Sumo built their reputation doing co-dev and work for hire, and it's fantastic to be part of a family of studios that do that so well. That's not our remit. Our remit within Sumo is to make original, exciting, innovative games. So that's all we do. We make our own games. We design them in-house and everything else. We define what it is we're going to make. That's a really, really cool position to be in. It's a very exciting position to be in. Secondly, although Little Orpheus was a mobile title, that's actually quite unusual for us. Our home really is console and PC. We have a game in pre-production at the moment. That's a console game. We're also prototyping a new title at the moment, which will be next-gen console and PC. So that's really sort of like where we're going in terms of the games we make. We also, pretty worth saying, work primarily in Unreal with a bit of Unity as well. Third, all of our stories tend to be story-heavy. We often work in single-player. We're not sort of pure story like Hester Rapture anymore, but we definitely always have that heavy sort of like emphasis on storytelling, world building. So although we're moving into more traditional mechanics, more traditional genres, I'd kind of see us as an adventure stroke action adventure studio. Kind of if you love kind of like games with big stories, big worlds, that's the sort of stuff we make. That's the sort of person we tend to attract. But it's not just the games you make, it's how you make them. And I'm incredibly proud of our team and our studio culture. I think if I'm proud of the games we make, I'm proud of the people who have making them. They're a really, really lovely bunch, incredibly supportive, incredibly inclusive, really, really honest. We work on the principle that the way we all get better at doing what we do is we're really honest with each other and really supportive with each other about doing it. So we have people that really want to make the best games they can, but also kind of make it in a way that feels like a really great place to work. Currently there's 40 of us. We're going to climb to about 75 split over 2 projects. We're currently refitting a brand new shiny office, which is incredibly exciting, right in the middle of Brighton. That is going to be a big step for us to have our brand new office over 2 floors with loads of space for once. We might even get to set foot in it at some point in the next year or so, if COVID lets off at some point. And that team is split across 2 projects normally. So although we're part of Sumo Digital, we're independently managed as well. So like we're not, the decisions that are being made, the management that you'd be working with, they're in-house, they're in the office, they're sort of literally sitting right next to you in most cases. And we've really tried to maintain that sense of still having that kind of indie spirit, even though we've got the security at the scale of being part of a big company. That's a really privileged position to be in. I'm really aware of how lucky we are there. And that sort of really enables us to kind of like push things on the games. But that sort of buzzword, supportive, inclusive, creative, fun, we're a place where it's a great place to make games. And there's a really, really good bunch of people working here. Another part of that is professional development, which is obviously really important to a lot of people. Because we're part of Sumo, we're part of Sumo's career pathway. Now that's like a big matrix for every discipline that you can track exactly where you are and where you're going against a whole set of different kind of indicators. So at any point, you know exactly where you are in your career. You can plan your career ahead. You can work with your line managers to realize that. That's a really important thing. It's really transparent. It's really objective. You can really sort of understand where you are and that sort of stuff. We've also got Sumo's Dojo learning community, which is a big online network which is full of videos, tutorials, loads of exciting stuff which are actually uploaded by everybody within the Sumo group itself. So there's a real community of professional development going on across the 800 plus staff in the entire studio. There's also learning and development days. They're defined by you with your line manager. So we've got a real commitment to this stuff. And as a studio, as TCR, we're currently doing some bespoke Unreal training at the moment that we've organized through Epic to make sure that the team are really, really skilled up and have opportunity to learn on the sort of the most exciting new features. And the way we work as a team anyway means that we teach each other all the time. We're small enough that we can really kind of enable that idea of every day is not just a work day, but it's a learning day as well. And that's really, really important to us. What we're looking for? We're looking for pretty much everything at the moment. Artists, we're looking for environment artists at all levels. We're looking for concept artists, all levels. We're actually looking for a lead artist at the moment as well. Programmers across the experience range from kind of like graduates right through to leads. We're looking for level designers at the moment, specifically, again, junior and senior level. And we're also sort of like increasing our production people as well. So again, from sort of like junior through to very experienced. Basically, everything is on our website, chineseroom.co.uk/careers. But there's an awful lot of roles open at the moment. Please take a look. Finally, I wanted to mention this. This is something we're very, very proud of, our 2020 internship program. This is specifically designed at people that are underrepresented in the industry or have high barriers to entry. We're quite a diverse team. We recognize, like the rest of the industry, we could probably do a bit better. So this is what this is all about. 6 months paid internship. When we talk about underrepresentation, we're talking about things like BAME, LGBTQT+, women, people without formal qualifications, people from low-income backgrounds, single parents, carers, people that were in the industry and had to leave for whatever reason and maybe struggling to get back in it again. And really the idea is that we give people that really important first step, professional credit, and hopefully after 6 months they turn around and they roll into full-time staff with us. Please do check that out. We're very, very proud of this initiative and happy that we're able to do it. That's in the careers tab as well. So that is us in 7 minutes and 7 seconds. Thank you, Casper. Thank you, Colin. I'll hand over back to you. Thanks, everyone.
That was brilliant. Thank you, Dan. That's great. I love that new initiative that you had at the end there. That's so good to see.
It's something we're really proud of. We've been working on it for a while and kind of really wanted to make sure that, yeah, I think you kind of look at it and you always want to make sure that the more inclusive, the more diverse the industry is, the better an industry it is for everyone. So whatever we can do to help with that, I think is something we're very keen to be part of.
Yeah, as long as there's opportunities there for bald men as well, that's the main thing. So.
They're definitely, I mean, as far as underrepresented men in the industry go, I think bald men probably are the most overrepresented of anyone else.
Well, I had a couple of quick questions from the community. And by the way, your feed might have frozen, but I think we can hear you fine. So
yeah, I can see I've frozen on the camera, but I'm not entirely sure why. So I could stop the cam and start it again.
That's all right. It's a good angle. You find. Oh, okay.
No, it's still not working. All right.
We had a couple of questions from the Discord. And I just wanted to remind actually everyone who's watching, if you are in the Discord, you can ask questions that I can then pop onto the people presenting today. So a couple of quick ones for you, Dan. So someone called Genotti was asking if you can say how different your new projects are to things like Dear Esther and Rapture.
Yeah, definitely. So part of the move to Sumo was the idea is that we would keep all of the storytelling, all of the world building, all of that stuff which we really, really love, and we sort of built a reputation doing, but we'll move into more traditional genres. So we are like Little Orpheus was basically a 2.5D platform game, but it had all that Chinese room kind of storytelling and world building. So the titles we're working on at the moment are similar. They are sort of in, I guess, established known genres. You'd recognize the genres and go, oh yeah, I've played lots of games like that. And it's basically about looking at bringing in our kind of, I guess, what we hope is our unique voice to that as well. So I would say adventure stroke action adventure, the ones we're working on, we normally tend to work in first person. So yeah, that's probably about as close as I can go at the moment without lawyers descending Mission Impossible, like hoiking me out, which you wouldn't see happening because my camera's frozen. So what you can't see is the lawyer standing behind me right now going, don't mention it, Dan, don't say that.
It's like the Muppets. You're going to get the big hook coming on.
That's it. Yeah, I'll just take me out one side.
Thank you. Okay. And then someone called Harley Weir is also asking, obviously, we're right now been dealing with a lot of remote working and having to adjust to that. What are your plans for that in future? And would you be able to support that?
So it's really, really all over the shop at the moment as we're trying to work it out. I mean, we were supposed to be moving into the new office in October. I think we'll probably have a small number of staff, people that want to work on site. A lot of people suffer a lot of anxiety and isolation, and I think it's really important. The other flip side of working from home is that there are also people that's quite problematic for. So we're trying to house as many of our team as we can who want to be in an office whilst keeping it safe. There are some of us, myself included, who are shielding, so won't be returning to the office for some time. And we'll gradually be moving back there. How the extent to which we're remote work from home going forwards at this point is something we're still working out. I mean, there are real challenges to it. We used to be fully remote as a studio, so I've kind of been there already. I think we're not making kind of hard and fast plans at the moment. I think one thing I would say is that from the word go, from the moment this happened, Sumo moved over 800 people to work from home in less than a week and didn't furlough a single person. So when Sumo say they care about their staff, they care about their staff. So whatever happens, the line has always been, and I think always will be, team first.
That's great. That's great. Okay. Well, I don't think we've had anything more through on Discord so far. Dan, it's been brilliant hearing all about what you're up to. I'm really looking forward to seeing your next game. And you reminded me that I really need to get around to subscribing to Apple Arcade so that I can try the last one.
Yes, definitely. Some good stuff on there. And you can get a month for free on Apple Arcade. So anyone who's got an iPhone, just do it and check it out. And you may be persuaded to stay. But Little Orpheus is about 3.5 hours long. So you can get through it in a day if you really want.
Wicked, wicked. All right. Well, listen, thanks a lot.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I hope you get people, if you want to chat to the big guys from, or people from Chinese Room in the Discord until half an hour after the show ends, I think. So, yeah, if people want to have a chat, then they should fire away.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you.
Cheers. Okay, so coming up next today, we have Kirsty from Future Lab. So hello, there she
Hello.
is. How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. I keep looking down because my monitor's down here, but I should look at the camera. But yeah, hi. Well, look, I won't. We could chat all day, but I should let you get started and talk about what Future Lab's up to.
Okay, well, I'm going to share my screen. Is this going to work? Okay, can everyone see that? Good. So my name's Kirsty Rigdon. I'm the Development Director at Future Lab, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Future Lab. Was there a bit of a lag? Yeah, so here we are. We're a boutique studio. There's 23 of us. We're based in Hove, and we've been around for nearly 17 years now. So we call ourselves a boutique studio. This means we're small, but we create really high quality output. So most recently, we've been working on a Peaky Blinders game. It's actually coming out tomorrow on PC and console. We're huge fans of the show, so this was a massive honour and privilege for us. We're very excited to see what everyone thinks of it. But before that, we made the Velocity games. That's probably what you might know us from. And then coming up next, we're currently working on a little bit of a lag, Power Wash Simulator. So a bit of a departure from our previous games, but it's still got the same spirit. So the idea is that this is a very relaxing and chilled out simulation game where you just wash away your worries and any dirt. So there's currently a free demo of that on itch.io, and we are going into early access with that towards the end of this year, maybe early next year. So our games, we're genre agnostic. We like to find a mechanic or a toy and then expand on that. So this means we can end up in any genre. All our games are super stylized though. They're condensed, which means they're, not these mammoth long gameplay times. They're all really accessible, and most importantly, they're all really personal to us as a studio. So this is what our studio looked like pre-global disaster. So we've got a nice, bright, airy working environment, and then we have the breakout area as well with a big kitchen and a couple of meeting rooms. So the benefits of working at a studio like ours is dev cycles are generally around 18 months. So it means that you don't get stuck on one project for a long time. And we usually have 2 projects running at the same time so people can move across them, which means that you're never bored. Because we are an independent studio, it means we get to handpick the projects that we work on. So traditionally we work on our own IP or IP adaptations, but the IP has to be something that we as a studio care about deeply. Working here means you get ownership over a significant area of the game, even if you're quite junior. Everyone has complete creative input into the process, and there's really easy access to management because we have our hands stuck in the projects too. We are also devs, and we have every other month everyone has a one-to-one with James, who's the managing director, to talk about anything that they want. We've got a really friendly environment, and we don't tolerate crunch. The type of people that we look for are kind and have really good communication skills and really supportive to each other. We don't employ egos. We like people who take responsibility for themselves and for their actions, and who also really care about the quality of what they produce. And most importantly, we look for people that know when to ask for help and don't just sort of sit there and get upset about not knowing what to do. So some of the things that we offer: we've got 21 days holiday plus bank holidays, 2 duvet days, which are holidays for when you just don't want to come into work, because we all have them. We have end of project bonuses, which are not dependent on sales or Metacritic success. It's simply for getting to the end of the project. And we have done this 100% on every single project that we've ever made. We've got a private pension scheme. We offer a relocation package of $1.5 grand. We've got private health insurance, etc., etc. And one thing that we do believe in is giving back. So I was going to set up like a breakfast bar so everyone could have breakfast here every day, but instead we decided to donate the cost of that to a local food bank each month. So we have staff days out. Here are some pictures of staff days out. Went to the Crystal Maze. We have had some fun Christmas parties, most recently a Peaky Blinders themed one. And for those of you who don't know what Brighton and Hove is like, it's extremely vibrant, diverse place, and it's by the seaside. And you've got the South Downs just a few minutes away, so if you fancy some countryside. And then there is also a ton of culture. Some of it's shut down at the moment, but I'm sure it's going to come back. And yeah, so that is Future Lab in a nutshell. Unfortunately, we're not currently hiring because we just closed our final open position last week, but we're always interested in hearing from people, and things change with the tides in game development, so you never know when suddenly we need more people to join us. So let's see.
Brilliant. Good presentation.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that. So, well, first of all, congrats on the game coming out. I didn't realise it had come around that quickly. It's
Does it seem quickly?
well, I suppose because we had a coffee, didn't we, before lockdown kicked in, and yeah, it seemed like it was miles away then. But yeah, that's brilliant.
Out tomorrow.
Hey.
Yeah, and there's because of lockdown, the cast of Peaky Blinders haven't had that much to do, so they've gotten involved in all the marketing materials, which is really nice. We've got a making of documentary which is voiced by Arthur, which is really cool to hear him talk about Future Lab.
Wicked. And what platforms is it out on?
It's on PC, Switch, Xbox One, and PS4.
Wow, quite busy then.
Yeah.
Wicked,
and now we're all guns going on a power wash.
Brilliant. Which I still haven't downloaded. I need to get that installed and have a go.
Yeah, well, it's free on itch at the moment. If you ever feel a bit stressed out, honestly, it's the best thing to just be like.
How have you found? Obviously, like you talked a bit about your team culture there, and I know that you're quite a close team. How have you found it through the COVID lockdown? Has it been tricky?
It's been easier than I anticipated, actually. So we communicate via Slack, and so everyone just continued to do that. We've got like a well-being channel, so our studio assistant Hayley was putting in like little daily challenges for everyone to do, which kind of helped keep everyone together and focus on like something small that wasn't to do with work. We bought everyone a plant at lockdown, so we have like little plant updates. Mine has died. Yeah, it's all right. You know, missing the guys. We're having, because tomorrow's launch day, we're having an online escape room team day out, day in, which should be fun. So we get to sort of hang out in a more informal setting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got one question. I know obviously you just said you've just filled your current vacancy that you had, but someone on Discord was asking, what's the situation with application from overseas? Do you have people from other parts of the world join you?
Yeah. So lots of us are from overseas. Majority currently working in the UK. We've got one guy in Spain at the moment. Definitely open to it. I think same time difference is important though.
Cool. Okay. All right.
Or like similar time difference.
Yeah. And what if people want to actually come? And so that's people working remotely, is it? Or do you have people from overseas in the studio as well? Or
well, not at this moment in time, but
well,
yes, generally,
normally,
I think there's something like maybe a third of our team are international.
Oh, amazing. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, thanks again for all that. It's been brilliant. Yeah, congrats again on the game coming out. I might have to sting you for a code. I'll email you separate.
Okay, and short supply. And so I'm going to be in the Discord channel, as is Toby, our lovely producer.
Brilliant. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks. Well, hey, okay. I should mention, yeah, so if you haven't already signed up, please do. So you can sign up on the Games Jobs Live website, and you can also, hopefully you're in the chat on Discord and chatting to the companies you're hearing from today. So do remember to go and do both those things. The URL there is, it's that way. My camera's back to front. Coming up next, we've got a short video from one of our sponsors, which is Plus Accounting, which is a Brighton-based accounting firm that does loads of great work with games companies. So Colin, I think you're going to press the magic button and it's going to do it. It's going to do it. All right. Okay, so that's Plus. Now, coming up next, we have Studio Gobo.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having us here today.
That's all right. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Listen, I won't ramble on. I'll let you crack into talking about Gobo and what you guys are up to.
Amazing. I'd love to share that with you. So I'm the talent acquisition specialist at Studio Gobo. I'm going to bring up my presentation now with the help of Colin. Thank you very much. So we are Studio Gobo. If I go to my second slide here, that'd be fantastic. I'm just popping that through now. Perfect. So we go beyond the ordinary. We're a passionate team of interactive designers and game developers based in Brighton and Hove. We offer a world-class AAA character action game development service for global client bases, and our focus is on co-development projects. We're also in our 9th year, which we're super happy about, and we're just developing further every time. So who knows what will be in our 19th year. Let's move on to our awards. Lovely, thank you. So we have the Best Places to Work award for the last 3 years, which we're super proud about. We've just put in for 2020, and that's with gamesindustry.biz. So fingers crossed for us, everyone. We get that. Okay, let's introduce Studio Gobo. Fantastic. So instead of me waffling on, I'm going to let our video do the talking. We have some clips here from our Disney Infinity, and that's 1 to 4. We've got For Honor, and we've got a little bit of Synced Off Planet here for you as well. So please do enjoy our showreel. Don't know if there's a little bit of technical difficulties there. It's always all right on the night, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
I can go on to go past that if you like, on to the next bit, and we can talk about studio culture. That's absolutely fine if it's being a problem, and I can make sure everyone has access to that later. I'm not sure if that's something you'd like me to do.
Thanks, Charlotte. Well, I guess Colin could jump in and drop it back in if you can get it running. Okay. Yeah,
okay. I'll stop when he gets stuck. So with our oh, hello, are we back on the road? We're back in. Amazing. Thanks, Colin. Perfect. We got there in the end. So hopefully everyone enjoyed that. I'm not sure if the sound was working from my end. It wasn't, but it might have been on yours. But if we could, what did you think? Do you like that?
Well, I was really tempted to kind of narrate it because there's some stunning graphics in there. Was that?
Yeah.
You built all that stuff in Brighton. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So I'm going to ask if Colin could bring up the next slide because we want to talk to you about kind of what we're working on now and what we've been doing recently. So we've recently been working on Hyperscape. Which obviously was released last week, which we're super excited about. It's doing really well. It's probably one of the top streamed, games in the industry at the moment. So we're so happy about how well it's doing. And then moving on to obviously a Synced Off Planet, which there was a little bit of in our clip. So the development in this is going amazingly. Getting to work with Tencent and Next Studios has been amazing. Our staff have done such an amazing job on it. And if anyone's been following us, they may have seen a clip of our next one, or at least a flash screen. Our top secret Warner Brothers, obviously collaboration there. Can't say too much, but all I can say is it's a multi-billion franchise IP. We're so excited to be working on it, and it has, been a real childhood dream for some people. But that's all I'm saying on that one. So let's move on to the next slide. Thank you. That's great. So our culture, obviously very important to us. We believe in a fun, relaxed, creative studio environment. I've listed a few points that are important to us in our next slide for our culture, which if we could move on to, that'd be fantastic. Perfect, thank you. Our culture. So Studio Gobo has a relaxed, ego-less environment with a flat hierarchy. Our standards are high, but we find the space to obviously experiment and play with new ideas. We have a wonderfully diverse team and celebrate difference. And our differences really are our strengths. We are proud to be an equal opportunity workspace, and mutual respect, trust and transparency is super important to us. And this starts from recruitment all the way through your career. So it's very important we have that obviously in our team. Okay, perfect. So perks and benefits. We are obviously very unique. We have a wealth of benefits. I've made a quick list of my favorites in the next slide. I'm not going to read through them all, so you can have a quick scan through them, but there's so many more than that as well. My favorite personally is that we're a dog-friendly studio. So you normally get a friendly welcome from a furry friend as you come through the door in the morning, which is absolutely amazing to start your day with. If we go to the next slide, that'd be fantastic. The future. So you might be wondering what the future looks for us. I've made a few quick pointers, so that helps us explain our future to you. So we're undergoing an amazing state-of-the-art refurbishment right now. So when we go back into our teams, when this has gone back to normal, we get to go into an amazing new studio environment. Not that it isn't already amazing, because I think it is, so I can't even imagine how cool it's going to be. We want to increase our team by 30 more people, so if there's anyone watching, keep tabs on our websites. So this time next year we're hoping for 30 more people. We want to be even more invested in supporting underrepresented groups and uphold our social responsibilities. And we're now in partnership with Code Covenant and Bayman Games, which were amazing. It's such an amazing partnership to be in. And we're also excited to announce our new collaborative initiative, which is called Developing Minds. So anyone who wants pointers or tips, we will be doing, obviously, feedback if the team want, to be able to contribute to your successes as well, because we want to help the next generation of the games industry talent. So on top of that, we obviously get new IP and fresh projects because we're co-dev. So it's brilliant. You come to an end of one, we bring in a brand new, fresh, amazing project. So we're always changing, super exciting for developers. And if we go to our next opportunities to see what we've got currently, you'll be able to see what we have at the moment. So our vacancies, we have a lead animator vacancy, a senior VFX artist, a senior engine programmer, and a senior gameplay programmer. But we are a multidiscipline studio. So if you're interested, if it's not on the list, do get in touch. We have plenty of opportunity. Either I'm going to be in the Discord chat under us, and my colleague Guy will be for Electric Square. So we'll be around to answer any questions. Please do send CVs and covering letters in if you're interested in working for us. And I think that leaves questions, if we've got time.
Brilliant. Thanks for showing all that. It's I heard before that Gobo is kind of famous, certainly in Brighton, for its food culture.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So am I right thinking of kind of like big team lunches in the office and stuff like that?
Yes. So before I started, all the directors clubbed together and made Christmas lunch at one point. So that's a famous one that went down in history. Apparently it was very good. So, but we also, lots of nights out, lots of socials. I think just before obviously lockdown, we had a Belgium nights to celebrate our, Belgium team members, where lots of food was brought in and probably Belgian beer. But, we have a lot of socials, and we are definitely fun people to hang out with. That's for sure.
Brilliant. I think now obviously Gobo and we have Electric Square coming up next. Yes. You're both part of Keywords, which is a big multinational group.
Yeah.
But I get the vibe that you really work hard to make sure you've got your own culture within that, because Keywords is huge, right? It's like
yeah. I'm not too sure how many studios, but there's a lot. It's lovely to obviously have the support of Keywords, but yeah, we do keep our identity very much Studio Gobo and Electric Square, and to obviously keep those, very unique touches to us is quite important. So just to give you kind of an insight of what they've been doing during lockdown, a lot of the things that we would have normally had in the studio. So Gobo is still delivering Friday lunch on our doorstep every Friday. We've been getting, studio beers that we would have had in the studio are coming to us at home. So a lot of the nice things that we do to keep it special and unique are still coming to our doors, which is amazing.
Brilliant. I'm just going to look over and see if I've got any questions coming in. Someone called Cooper was asking if you have any marketing roles at the studio.
Not currently. However, it might be something we are looking to in the future. So I always, welcome any LinkedIn, links or CVs or any interest like that, because if we are massively expanding, so you never know, it could be something we'd be looking at down the line. So definitely do get in touch.
Cool. And Watson 121 was asking about graduate positions and how you handle that.
Yeah, so we always welcome graduate, applications and speculative applications. So please do, if you are interested in us, send that in. We would love to see your portfolios or, your CV in your LinkedIn. We always recommend people do get in touch with us at whatever stage of their career. And then obviously we can either give advice, we can say we've got an opening, but we definitely support, new grads or, juniors, anyone who's interested. Basically, we're open. Please do get in touch, basically.
Brilliant. Okay. All right. Well, look, it's been brilliant. Thanks for sharing everything today. It's been, I've never met you before, so lovely to meet you.
Hi.
And will you be in the chat in the Discord afterwards as well?
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, I'll stay kind of close to our room. So any questions, please come to me and I can send you all my links of where to get in touch. Brilliant.
Okay. And for anyone watching going across the bottom of the screen, if you're not already in it, discord.gamesjobs.live. Yeah, then get in there and get chatting.
Amazing. Will do.
All right. Thanks a lot, Charlotte.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Cheers. All right. Okay. So before we go to Electric Square, who we have coming up next, just remind you, this is Games Job Live. If you haven't already signed up, please go to our website and sign up, so you can get follow up from the people that are being shown today, talking about what roles they've got. And yeah, we have a Discord running where you can jump on and chat to people during and after the show today. So next we have another Keyword studio here in Brighton. This is Electric Square, and I think we have Guy.
Hey, let me move. Hi, Casper. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hi. How you doing?
Yeah, great. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Good.
Well, look, I'll let you crack on and introduce yourself. But it's nice to see you.
Okay, yeah, sure. Thank you. Yeah, you too. Thank you. So I've got a little bit of a swanky presentation here, as you'll see. Do bear with me if it goes shooting across my face, which is done while I've been practicing. So my name's Guy De Rosa. Hi, everybody. Very nice to meet you. I'm the head of talent here at Electric Square, and I'm going to jump straight in. So what do? We provide world-class game development services for the biggest and best partners in the industry. We've got extensive experience across all platforms and games engines, and we're dedicated to delivering top quality products designed for chart success. So we've been going for just under 5 years now. In that short space of time, we've grown quite rapidly. We've got 3 different locations, although we've headquartered ourselves in Brighton. There's approximately 150 staff or so in Brighton, just about to move into a brand spanking new top class studio, which we're really excited about. And then we got struck down by COVID in the Playa Blab. We've also announced that we're going to be opening in Leamington Spa, which is a fantastic games hub, as we all know, and all the way over in Singapore. So each of those studios has a smaller skeleton team at the moment of 10 to 15 people, but they're both also looking to expand up to about sort of 50 people maximum. I say maximum because although we're global, we do want to keep it local. Our roots are very much sort of indie devs. We have a unique culture. Everybody knows one another and sort of gets along, and we're all friendly and so on. And we just sort of like that. We don't want to become too big and become, I guess, a little bit anonymous as colleagues. So what have we done so far? You might know us from our 2 major launches. The first one was Hot Wheels ID that we did for Mattel. This is full end-to-end development. It's a toys to life interactive game. So Mattel, of course, really well known for Hot Wheels, the toy cars, and we were tasked with bringing that into the digital realm, basically. And you tally up your car with your iPads there. That was a big challenge, but it was an amazing project for us. And of course, Forza Street. So again, another huge challenge because Forza has never been released on a mobile device before, and it's one touch racing. Again, super exciting project for us. It possibly appears thus far that we are a racing mobile game studio. That's not something that we're necessarily doing exclusively. Right now we're working on I think 4 different projects, none of which I'm allowed to speak about very specifically, sadly. Some of it's our own IP, some of it's other people's that is genuinely world class, looking at all different platforms. So right now we're developing on mobile, but also VR, console, character action. There's a real broad spectrum, and I think that if we look at the game landscape of what we have in our library in a couple of years' time, we're really going to buck that trend that we currently seem to have. So moving through, what we'd like to do is give you a little bit of a tour of our studio. So if I can ask Colin to sort of hit that button, it will show you a little bit of life on the inside at Electric Square. Thank you very much, Colin. I promise you that's a lot more fun with the soundtrack on it, but hopefully it will give you a little bit of a flavour of what things are like inside. Quickly going to run through the bits and pieces that we really genuinely care about. I know everyone cares about the environment, but we are very proactive in what we're doing around that. So last year, Electric Square are proud to announce that we actually became fully carbon balanced, and you can only imagine the amount of effort and investment in money that goes into that sort of thing. So the people and culture team are doing an amazing job there. Diversity and inclusion, young talent. We've got a collaborative initiative called Developing Minds, where we're guiding people and providing a platform from youth or adult, into the games industry. Something that's really, really close to our heart and our family culture too. So whether it's somebody coming from just up the road or joining us from Brazil or Australia, we're very conscious that they might be joining us with their entire family, and what we try to do is make sure that their family is just as involved in the Electric Square culture as the employees are too. So what we offer you, a unique award-winning culture. Last year, in our 4th year, we were proud to win our first ever Best Places to Work awards. We're also 4.7 out of 5-star rated on Glassdoor. By the way, the industry standard I've heard is 3.3. So that's not too bad going. We offer bespoke relocation assistance. So that's financial care packages, as well as our people and culture team sort of holding your hand, and us providing you with loads of advice, tips and information about how to go about moving here to Brighton and Hove, different areas that you might like, helping you open a bank account if you've not got one of those in the UK just as yet, bits and pieces like that. We do sponsor people. So if you need a visa, then absolutely, if you're the right person for the job, then that wouldn't be an obstacle for you. And we've also got a industry leading perks and benefits package. So similar to what you've just seen on the Studio Gobo one, I'm going to jump on that presentation just because it's Studio Dogs, £50 a month, health and well-being. You get a pension scheme, a life insurance, dental, and so on and so forth. It's about 3 pages long, our perks and benefits package, and you also get project-related bonuses too. Our current openings include animator, VFX artist, gameplay programmer, tech lead, senior gameplay programmer, an R&D programmer, and a narrative designer. Now, that's what we have open today. However, over the next 18 months, we're probably going to see our studios grow by far more than what we have on that list right there. So what I would do is encourage anybody within the full games development cycle, if you're interested in discussing a role with us, please do get in touch, whether that's producers, designers, QA, marketing, community, and everybody that we have listed just there. And I believe that that's me. So yeah, there's all of my information. Please do get in touch if you'd like to, on the likes of LinkedIn, on the likes of Twitter. I'm always happy to provide advice, even if it's just on looking at your CV or interview tips for people that are interested in breaking into the industry for the first time. But otherwise, I'd love to hear from you.
Brilliant. The game's looking great, Guy. Really come together well. I think I got a sneaky look over someone's monitor once when I popped down to visit, and I saw a little glimpse of what was going on, and it's brilliant to see how they've turned out. My main question is,
right,
can I get some free Hot Wheels? That's the
well, that's everybody's question. Actually, we've got a fantastic sort of cabinet that's got all of the cars, even stuff that's not been released yet. But yeah, I don't know who has the keys for that, but it's definitely been nowhere near me before.
Oh, brilliant. And so you said is it a new office, or are you revamping the one you've been in? What's the...
Yeah, so actually, Electric Square is currently based out of 3 different studios here in Brighton right now. Not a lot of people, I think, know that. So there's a new development, going on right there in the centre behind where Brewdog is on the Grand Parade, and it's I think we're taking over the top 4 floors of that, and we're all going to be moving into that together. So it's a 200-person capacity space. We've had interior designers in. It looks incredible. All of the ideas that they've got, beer pumps and holograms on the walls and table tennis tables and stuff like that. And just as we got excited, we got struck down.
Well, hopefully you'll get to move and enjoy one day soon.
One
That's a
day.
nice part of town, though. Yeah, there's loads going on down there.
Right, it's gorgeous. Yeah, right there next to the pier, right next to the beach. 5 minutes walk from the beach, which is great on days like kind of last week, which is, some would argue, too hot. But it is quite nice to finish work at 6 and just be able to go with a few friends 5 minutes away down to the pier and stuff like that. It's brilliant. Feel really lucky.
Wicked, wicked. No, it's a great spot. Guy, I was going to say, when you put your details up, your presentation, certainly from when I was seeing it, went a little bit pixelated. I don't know if you'd like to just read them back, just so people can get in touch.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see if I can get that back up for you very quickly. I don't know. Is that any better?
No, it's still coming through a little. Well, for me anyway, it might just be my MacBook. The fans are going crazy at the moment. But maybe just in case if you've got contact.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I can do is I can pop all of my information into the Discord in a moment, but it's Guy DeRosa, and my Twitter is GDR_loudstrife.
Wicked. That's more inventive than mine, which is just my name. So yeah, that's good. From the Discord, we have RJ Bolton was just asking about graduate jobs, which I think you touched on anyway, but I don't know if you want to recap on how you handle that.
Yeah, more than happy to. So we do actually employ graduates. Over the course of the last year, we've employed, I believe, 3, which is I think pretty good going. I would always suggest that people get in contact with us. And top tip here for Games Jobs Live, feel free to contact me directly. Admittedly, I think that everybody will agree that graduate programmer roles tend to get a lot of applications through. And if I were to open that file, I would have a lot of people to look through. Whereas if I've got someone that's super persistent in my inbox or my LinkedIn, really demonstrating to me that they want this job and all of the things they're great at, definitely I would suggest that whether it's myself or whether it's another recruiter, be persistent and identify who you want to go for, and be persistent and polite at the same time and go for it.
Yeah, brilliant. I think that's so true. I once did a talk at a university, and at the end of the talk, 2 of the students came up to talk to me and ask some questions, and we were chatting about things for a while. And then about 6 months later, I think they graduated, and I was approached by a recruiter, and the 2 people from that university that had really kind of stood out were the 2 that came to talk to me, and the 2 that, you've got to put yourself forward a bit, I think. So.
Yeah, absolutely, because the competition is so high, and the worst part is, sometimes you see someone, you think they're great, and then you call them and they sort of, I say, oh, it's a guy calling from Electric Square, and they don't remember who Electric Square is, or because people fire off their application everywhere, which is so understandable. But if someone can demonstrate that they know who you are and why they've applied to you, then it's really valuable, I think. Yeah.
And really don't make the mistake of copying and pasting the company name in from a different document in a different font.
Ooh.
That really doesn't look good.
We've all seen that.
Hopefully I've never done it, but yeah.
Yeah, we've all seen it and we've all done it probably.
Okay, I think, I'm just trying to see if there's another question coming. 1 second.
Sure.
Yeah, so someone was just asking about jobs outside Brighton. So
outside of Brighton. Yeah,
but
absolutely. So again, feel free to contact myself. So I'm the head of talent for all of our studios globally. The Leamington Spa studio has, I think, maybe 11 or 12 staff at the moment, but we're just about to really start revving up there. Leamington Spa is going to start really hiring. So in particular engineers, but I don't think that's anything new. Any artists, designers, producers among us, please do contact us. Singapore, ditto. Singapore is very engineer heavy. Technical artists, VFX artists, we'd love to hear from you for any of our studios. If you're not sure which studio you have a preference for, which location you have a preference for, don't feel pressured into making that decision before you contact me. We'd be happy to consider you for any of those. If you're open-minded, we can be open-minded too.
Cool. All right.
Great.
Well, look, Guy,
Thanks a lot,
thanks. It's been
Caspar.
really great to see everything you're up to. And I love the Minority
Sure.
Report presentation thing. That was cool.
I wish it was that cool. Absolute
All right.
pleasure. Thanks for your time.
Cheers. Okay, so I remind you again, if you haven't already signed up, please do visit our website, which is gamesjobs.live. That's where you have to go to, and you can ask questions of the people. There you go. Go to discord.gamesjobs.live if you want to ask people questions that you've seen talking today or coming up later on. But before we carry on, I think we've got another quick video from another one of today's lovely sponsors, Barclays. So, Colin, if you want to run VT, I could say that, run VT.
Like you'll ever get paid to play video games, they said. You've gone on to become players, creators, fans, all in one huge and growing community. Video games bring us closer, even when we're apart, and Barclays has seen this. We've been partnering with the likes of Yuki, Women in Games, Tiger, and Game Republic. We know that gaming's many faces can truly make a positive impact. We're there with you, whether you're making the next great game or just looking forward to playing it. Squad up, we're Barclays.
Okay, cool. Okay, so coming up next we have, I think it's Into Game. No, it's not. I'm completely wrong. Sorry, Alex.
No problem. Hey, Caspar.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, and you?
Good. So you are Alex, and you're from Redbeard Games.
That's correct. So yeah, if anyone is not familiar with Iris, we've opened our latest studio, so Redbeard Games in Brighton. And so Iris is a developer and publisher founded 15 years ago in the US. Now counting more than 450 employees across 4 locations. So we're focusing on competitive multiplayer free-to-play games, usually following a game-as-a-service model. And so our games have been played by more than 70 million players worldwide across PC, consoles, and mobile devices. If you're not familiar with our games, we're the developers behind Smite, which is a third-person action MOBA that is based on mythology. Paladins, a fantasy team-based shooter, and our latest game, Rogue Company, a third-person tactical action shooter. So for all of the games of Iris, one of the most important pillars is that we support cross-play and cross-progression. We want players to be able to play with their friends anywhere in the world, regardless of the platform they use. I have a little video, I think, to show you a little bit more about our games and our universe.
Hello, Alex. Sorry about that.
Hey.
Colin's having some technical difficulties with videos today, so
yeah,
not right. Sorry.
Yeah, that's completely fine. Yeah, it looks like the sound is not working. That's completely fine. So yeah, as I was saying, really, like we are aiming to really develop free-to-play titles that are highly competitive. We have an esports scene on all of our games, and that's how we grow the community, really. So we released recently a Rogue Company, which is our third-person tactical action shooter. But I think what I wanted really to show the games is because we want to talk about Redbeard today, and our latest studio is definitely sharing most of the traits of our parent company, Iris. We opened Redbeard in Brighton in 2019. And really, our goal was to open a studio in a city that's embracing creativity, that's embracing diversity. And I think that really Brighton represent that, at least even for me coming outside of the UK. That's really how I was seeing Brighton before coming. And so I think we're really happy about where we're going with that. We currently have a small team of around 10 people, and so already we can see that we succeed with that diversity goal, because we have more than 6 nationalities represented within such a small team, and I think that's really cool. That's bringing different kind of ideas and opinions on the games, and that's definitely what matters to us for Redbeard.
I was looking for this. Come and get it.
Let's put on a show. Keep up, Dallas.
You make this too easy. Rain pain, rain money.
Soldiers, goodbye. Think of money we'll save on ammo.
Cool, perfect.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's perfect. But yeah, really, I wanted to show what iRes is about, because I cannot really talk about the game we're working on right now, but it's definitely in the same DNA. And what we want to do is just to build a great competitive multiplayer game, aiming at cross-platform and cross-progression, and to have this game available on as many platforms as we can. That's what we want to deliver. And yeah, I think that's really about it. I think that the way I will describe the culture at Redbeard is a mix of an indie studio with kind of the freedom to create and the ability to make an impact for everyone in there, but mixed with the infrastructure and the production capacities of a major developer. In terms of openings, we are mainly looking at programmers right now with a UE4 experience and a passion for problem solving. We're kind of looking at people that want to make an impact and make a difference in a small team. So yeah, I'm going to be available on the Discord. I'm joined by Stephen Tari, our technical director. We'll be much better at talking about the specifics of the programmer roles that we have. Obviously, we're also very open to hear from everyone else. If you feel that you want to contribute and you feel that you're really interested by the kind of games that we're making, definitely reach out. That we're more than happy to talk.
Fantastic. Well, Alex, you touched on it then. I think my impression is that you have that real amazing benefit. I think it's one of the best positions to be in from a development point of view, right? You're kind of an indie studio inside a much bigger entity, right? So you have all the support of a big company, but all the freedom to come up with cool new things, right? Yeah.
And that's really the surprise in working is that you have so much freedom in the decisions that we are taking on every day. It's really amazing, and we get the feedback directly from a lot of programmers and developers that have a huge experience delivering free-to-play experiences since decades, right? So it's this power to create. We're never too much, guided on what we're doing. We're taking decisions on our own, and then when we want to actually execute, we're really supported at every step of the way by Iris. So yeah, it's going great so far.
Cool. And I know, like I've spoken with Veronique a couple of times, who looks after Hi-Res in Europe, and I believe she's such a good boss that she's won an award for it. I think, right? That's.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think to be fair, Veronique is my mentor, and like they're definitely like a great person to lead Europe for Hi-Res. She's also leading the global marketing team on top of looking after us, Redbeard. And that's going great so far.
Cool. And your producer, I think I used to work with this, Mona, right? So.
Yeah. Mona is there as well. Yeah. Doing a great job as well. That's really cool to have her in the team.
Brilliant. Okay. So how can you probably can't say anything about what you're doing, but how far can you say how far through you are? Do you know, like people?
Unfortunately, I cannot say much. Really, the only thing that I can say on the project, and that's what I've said already, is we're very much in the Iris DNA, a multiplayer experience, something that can be competitive, something that can be enjoyed, on the long run by a large community. Something where we can have content creators, we can have pro players, and that's something that we can often entertain the idea of that anyway. Iris is really about communities, really about multiplayer games, and that's what Redbeard is here to deliver.
Yeah. Your games look like the sort of thing that my 12-year-old son will already completely annihilate me at. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that happened. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, look, Alex, it's been lovely to meet you. And will you be in the Discord to chat to people? You said, yeah.
Yes, most definitely. We're here on the Discord with Stephen Terry, our technical director, and we're here to answer any questions that people can have.
Brilliant. All right. Well, listen, thanks for coming on today.
That was a pleasure. Thank you, Casper.
Cheers. Okay, so I'm going to get it right way around this time. So I think now we have coming up Into Games with Declan.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, hi.
Yeah, I'm going to be very, very quick because I'm not a game studio, but very kindly you guys gave me 1 minute to try and get some of your viewers to join our program. So Into Games is a non-profit career service for young people looking to enter the games industry, particularly those from underrepresented groups. I know we've heard that word a lot today, which is fantastic. Basically what we do is we connect young people as young as 13 directly to industry professionals. And through that process, those industry professionals help guide that person into a rewarding career into the sector. Our mentors are our mentees are referred to us from organizations like BAFTA Young Game Designer and the Prince's Trust, but really kind of anyone can apply. Really our mentorship is a bit different from others because it's all based on Slack. So there are no kind of geographic boundaries to worry about, and the biggest factor in this is time. So you can answer queries and questions in your own time, in between the kind of busyness of actually building games. So all training is provided. Sign up takes no more than kind of 15 minutes, and we can match you to a mentee in just 1 week. So really, it's just a call out to all you fantastic industry professionals out there. We've got hundreds of young people from all different kind of parts of the UK in all different kinds of situations, many from kind of low-income families looking to get inspired. So if you can help, if you head over to intogames.org, so that's intogames.org/mentorship, and just follow the instructions. So yeah, that's intogames.org/mentorship. Follow the instructions. We'd love to have as many of them on board as possible, and good luck with your job hunts.
Brilliant, thank you. And I didn't know about that before. I'm going to go sign up myself now after this. Okay, so I'll remind you again, obviously you can see scrolling across the bottom of the screen, we have a Discord set up. So on there you can chat to all the lovely people that have been presenting today and some of the people that work on the projects and at their companies with them. And you can also, hopefully you've remembered to sign up at gamesjobs.live, where you can get follow-up emails related to the event that you're watching today. So we're going to end now, last but definitely not least, with Mag Interactive, and we have Tone Brennan coming on, I believe.
Hello there. How you doing?
Hi there. How you doing, Tone?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Good.
Well, look, actually, there's probably loads of brilliant things to say about Mag, and I know you've got some very talented colleagues who I used to work with at Relentless back in the day.
Yeah, there's a bit of crossover. I didn't know you were from Relentless back in the olden days.
Yeah. You have Greg there, I think, right?
Greg. Yes, Greg. Yeah. And I don't know who else.
Oh yeah,
loads.
Well, look, anyway, let's get started, Tone. Thanks.
All right, cool. So happy to. I think you should be able to see my deck. Okay, if that's if the sharing started. So my name's Tone. I've recently joined MAG Brighton as the new studio head. So it feels like I'm in a pretty good place to explain what attracted me to MAG, and also I've deleted all of my "Why is Brighton good" slides because everyone else has done a really good job of explaining it in the preceding presentations. So who are MAG? You might not have heard of us, but we're a very successful mobile developer and publisher that was founded in Stockholm in 2010. The company's 10 games have been downloaded more than 250 million times. Every game that's been released by MAG has reached a multi-million player base. We focus on making great multiplayer games, and have predominantly in the past been in word, puzzle, trivia genres. We've seen great success in these genres, but we're not kind of exclusively a trivia or a puzzle game studio. We're always kind of open to look for new ideas for what's coming up. The Brighton office was a studio called Delinquent, which was a spin-off from Relentless, which was acquired by MAG in 2015. And since then, Brighton have been creating a really good culture of cross collaboration with the Stockholm office, while still maintaining its own identity. So what makes MAG special compared to all the other special things and the other studios that we've seen is that when it was founded, the core value that informed how MAG grew was to try and combat cultures and practices that had felt unfulfilling at previous companies, whether that's crunch or political machinations or too much hierarchy. MAG took a very employee-focused approach to show how the company works and grows. We're very proud of our flat structure that allows our talent to shine. We give it autonomy to the teams completely. The well-being efforts we make to look after people, whether that's care packages and sending out items to the staff during lockdown, or the company's commitment to becoming a zero carbon company, or the eco events that we have coming up in some of our games. We make sure that everyone has a sense of ownership over their activities and they can take pride in their work, and that's key to MAG's approach and to the staff happiness and the output of the games that we make. We put a lot of effort into looking after the smart, talented people who join MAG to protect the culture and to keep it special. Since lockdown, we're all working remotely, and that's, it's working fine so far, but we're looking at what we can do post lockdown to see how we can ease back into the office, or even to see what sort of shape that means. We haven't made a decision, but remote working now is currently working well. This is Wordsy. This is the latest release from the Brighton studio. It was created, designed, released, all based with the Brighton team. It's a cross between Yahtzee and Scrabble. It was soft launched last year, global launched November 2019, and it's on track to be another MAG success. It's got a long life ahead of it. There's still lots we want to do, lots of features to add, but the team are doing a great job helping it to grow, and everyone's really excited to have something like this in our Brighton studio. But what's next in Brighton? There's currently 22 people in the studio as a whole, and that's split between Wordsy, a new title, which excitingly is not a word game. Can't say what kind of game it is, but it's not a word game. And our live ops team who look after the legacy titles. So there's a good mix of fresh development, new games, running games as a service, and working on live ops and legacy titles. And the collaboration between Brighton and Stockholm is great. It's very fluid, very natural, and all very easy and positive. So what are we looking for? Our studio works in Unity, so everything is based around that. We have 3 open developer positions. 2 are for the new title, which is a lead game developer to help make this new game fulfill the potential that we think it has in it, to kind of take control of the development process, and paired up with another developer that we want to add to that team to bolster it. We'd also like to hire a game developer for Wordsy with a tech art focus to help push it to the next level, to increase the brand and the visual polish in the game. And that ties over to the art director that we're looking for Wordsy. We need someone to come in and help take the game to the next level visually, and again, that will involve some UI work. I'd love a UI specialist. Most companies would love a good UI specialist to come in and really help to improve the UI and UX of their titles. Another role that we have open is a game monetization designer who sits between our business intelligence department and the designer on Wordsy, and helps to direct, give ideas, optimize the sales, the events, the business, what we're doing. And we're always happy to speak to anybody if they think they'd be a good fit for the company, or if they think they have something exciting to bring. So please speak to us. So just to wrap up, is a quick run through of where we are. It's an exciting time in Brighton, a good chance to build success with Wordsy, find success with new titles, with the Swedish approach to openness, honesty, good quality of life we've got, and combine that with a little bit of Brighton, that makes MAG a great place to be. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tone. That looks great.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. How so do you, with having the Swedish mothership, do you kind of get to travel back and forth a bit? I mean, is that part
well,
of
we did. Yeah, back
normally,
pre-pandemic,
yeah. Normal land, yeah.
Yeah, back when we used to be able to travel, it was very collaboration between 2 studios was really important. We want it to be as open as possible. So we have our marketing people, and we've got some other teams in Stockholm, and we just want to share. We want to learn, and the important thing is that MAG's got a friendly, communicative culture between all the different teams and studios. And one of the ways you do that is by letting people speak to each other face to face rather than on the phone or on video.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
In terms of the people you're looking for, do you look for people with more mobile experience, or you don't mind if they're?
I think it depends. If they've got a good feel for what they're trying to do, then they can come from a more PC or console background. In Unity, you can kind of get people who've got the right approach to getting things done, or to just a passion for what they're making. It doesn't really matter if they've been working in console in the past. And one of the beauties of mobile is you can sometimes get full control of a feature, or you can see it come to fruition much quicker than you can in PC working with a big team. So that's appealing to lots of people. And with the autonomy that we've got at MAG, then it kind of, people can really flourish and enjoy what they're doing there.
Yeah, brilliant. I think, God, I mean, compared to when I started out in the industry, and perhaps you too, like the quality of tools available these days is amazing, and the way it lets you collaborate with each other on a team. It's just
and we're kind of pushing that as well now that everybody's working remotely. We're kind of pushing the virtual whiteboards and the video calls and everything that we can do to make collaboration easier. Because, like I say, whatever happens, we're not going to. We want to make sure that people can continue to feel comfortable and can feel part of a team, even though they are at home.
Yeah. And so, in terms of people's applications to you, if they're going to apply for one of the roles you've got open, what have you got any tips for what you look for in a good application?
I think it's really just making sure that they look like they know the company. It's like someone said before, they want to make it look like they know who they're applying to, because if it's just a a bolt-on application that they're sending out to loads of people, then that kind of leaves you a bit cold. We're quite careful in MAG that we want to protect or enhance the culture we've got. So we want to make sure that the people who are interested in joining us also like the culture and like the offering that we have. So if that all comes through and you've done your research, then that's a big start. And we do a very thorough interview process where you meet lots of people just to kind of make sure that everyone's gonna get on. I think that's the important thing for MAG, is that it's a friendly place.
Yeah, I think that's so true. I think you really want to. Yeah, I think people forget sometimes that it is worth taking the time to make sure the application is properly targeted at who you're talking to. Mm-hmm. I think it's really hard when you're applying to a lot of different places if you're in that kind of place with your career, but it is still worth it.
Yeah, it's totally worth it. I mean, you get one shot when you speak to when someone's opening your CV or reading your letter, and if you put in, the wrong name or the wrong studio name or the wrong job title, then it just instantly creates a little niggle about this person's just doing the rounds, even though they could be a great person. They could be the perfect candidate, but they've created a little bit of doubt right at the start.
Yeah, and I think as well, and you maybe have seen this as well with artists. I think when they send work, they sometimes tend to go for quantity over quality. I think it's better to have a portfolio that's just focused on the very best stuff you've got.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And again, if you can filter it, targeting it so that it's more relevant to the studio you're doing. If you've got a broad spectrum of work, for example, the UI artist we're looking for, if you might be a great character designer and a great UI artist, but there's no point in showing us lots of brilliant character design if we're looking for a UI artist. Although I say no point. We kind of look at these things carefully and make sure. But if you're applying for a specific role, it always helps to tailor what you're doing so it fits well.
Absolutely. Well, listen, thank you, Tone. And will you be in the Discord for some time afterwards with some of the guys?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Ruth, who's our recruitment person, and Greg from Business Intelligence, who's there just to help kind of answer any questions or chat through with anybody. Yeah,
Fantastic. All right, Luke, thanks for joining us today. It's been great to see what you're up to.
No, pleasure. Good. Nice to meet you. I'll meet you when I actually make it down to Brighton at some point.
Looking forward to it.
Yes.
All right. So that brings us towards the end of today's session. I think Colin's back. Hello. There he is. That way. There.
Indeed. Yeah. Sorry, we've had a few technical hitches. It seems videos and PowerPoints, and particularly Minority Report type PowerPoints, don't mix. So lesson learned for next time. This is the joy of live events, though, isn't it?
PowerPoint plus video is just, I think it's never quite worked ever in 20 years that I've tried to make it happen.
So we do. I've tried something else with a couple of the videos. So let's give a couple of them. I've got the Gobo one and the Electric Square one. Let's try just playing them out quickly. We're running out of time, so we might have to skip the quiz. But let's see if we can get these playing, because some of them had some amazing visuals. Fantastic. I think we still missed some videos. Was it maybe Future Lab maybe had some video, but their game Peaky Blinders is out tomorrow. So I'm sure there's a joke in there about by order of the Peaky Blinders, we must all go out and buy it, download it, etc. But yeah, no, amazing videos there. Apologies for the technical problems. So that's us. We're slightly over, but this is game development. That's not exactly news to anyone. But that's been great. The company's all been fantastic. Please do keep chatting to everyone. All the studios are on for another half an hour, basically. So keep asking them questions in the Discord. And then, as of a couple of minutes ago, everyone that's registered should have received an email from us. So that's got individual URLs to all the jobs that all the studios today have got on offer. Get your applications in. They're brilliant studios. You're brilliantly talented people. There's a match made in heaven there. So get applying. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We've done a few of these now. We'll keep doing them. Maybe we'll come back to Brighton. Casper, you think we'll come back to Brighton?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, it's been brilliant.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, we did actually have a couple of companies get in touch at the last minute that we couldn't get on. So definitely some more companies, and hopefully some of the companies today want to come back as well. So we'll hopefully see Brighton again. Also in that email that's gone out, you'll find a couple of other links. One is to an itch link for a game jam that we're running. So it's called Game Parade. It's going to run at the end of September. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to take this amazing community of talented game developers and aspiring game developers that tune into Games Jobs Live events. We're going to run a game jam over a week. And then we're going to get as many of these studios that we've had involved from up and down the country to help judge it and showcase everyone's amazing work to these studios and just give people another opportunity to impress the studios and hopefully get more people into the industry or into a different job or a better job. So click the itch link in the email that's come through and you'll find out more details and you can register for the game jam. There's also a survey link in there. It's really useful to hear what you thought of today. So please let us know by clicking through the survey, other than the technical problems with the videos. Fill that out. The Chinese Room have kindly given us a copy of Everybody's Gone to the Rapture on Steam to give away. So out of everyone that fills out the survey, we'll pull one name and someone will get a free copy of that amazing multi-award winning game.
Great game.
Do get your survey responses in. And other than that, it just leaves me to thank all the companies for coming along today. It's been a great event. I'd also like to thank our sponsors once again. Let me just bring up their logos, everyone's logos that's been here today. So thanks to the Chinese Room, to Barclays, and to Plus Accounting, and Casper peeking in at the side there. And then, of course, massive thank you to you, Casper. This has been fantastic. You've got all these brilliant companies together. You've hosted and compared brilliantly, even though we're running the risk of being accused of having too many bald guys on the stream. But other than that, you've done a brilliant job.
Thank you. No, honestly, thanks for asking me. I've really enjoyed it. It's been great. And I really hope that people get something out of it and hopefully a few jobs get taken off the back of it. That'd be fantastic.
Absolutely. Okay, so the companies are still in the Discord until 6 o'clock. Dive on, ask them questions. We've run out of time for the quiz, but I'm going to kick off the quiz in the Discord anyway. So feel free to take part in that. It's just for fun anyway. But do that while you're waiting for your question to be answered by your favorite company. Thank you very much for tuning in again today. There'll be another Games Job Live event before too long, I'm sure. So goodbye from me.
And it's good night from him. Him.
Good night. Thank you.